Oh, I'm glad.
Do a scrum, Charles?
How do you do that? I'm usually on your side.
More and more you're on this side. Do you want to? Is it fine here? Yeah, okay.
Behind the scene?
Good question, Charles. Were you invited here today, or did you just hear about it come?
I was here because the media told me about it, and I decided to have a look, see if I would be allowed to go through the doors. I was met by Wayne, and no problem at all.
So what is your response to what was said?
Well, I think there's a lot of unanswered questions, especially I was very, very confused when he said, started labeling me as a racist. And we had a look at it, and I said the first black, could be the first black pedophile cop in the Maritimes. Number one, I asked questions. But when they raided my place, when they went to my internet provider, I told them I wasn't too job for them. They didn't lie, they didn't ask questions. They told them. So I don't know if the word black is racist. I don't think so.
Why was it relevant that it was a black officer?
I just, it could be a story, you know. It could be the first native, first Frenchman, first Quebecois, first black, you know. He's the one, Rob Costello, he's the one that went to the internet provider. Detective Rob Costello, I'm investigating a sexual child exploitation. And for me to tell them that I was exploiting children, you know, hey, that's very, very serious. And they never addressed this. The Fredericton police force never apologized.
Did you call the officer in question a black piece of shit?
A black piece of shit in my blog? I don't think so.
You sure?
Black piece of shit? Could be. I don't know. I'm not sure.
That doesn't sound...
I'm not sure.
But if you had, you don't think that sounds inflammatory and potentially...
No, I turn around, as a matter of fact, I was in the video, and I was so angry when I first heard about this. I believe that I used that term in a video, but I never posted on my blog, and I have a black...
Well, you post all your videos on your blog.
No, that one wasn't there, and I talked to a black female friend, and I asked him, I said, if you call somebody a black piece of shit, is that racist? And the black person told me yes. So I told him, okay, so I never used the term again. But that was a term used. I was angry.
Do you regret the use of this language?
What language?
The saying someone was a black piece of shit?
Oh, yeah, black piece of shit. I mean, if I said that, like I said, I haven't used it. I haven't blogged it. And like I said, I was told it wasn't what I was saying. I said no.
And what about, asking the question of, would it be the first black pedophile?
Well, like I said, when I asked a question, and they turned around, they went to my computer internet provider and told them that I wasn't too sharp for it. So I asked a question. I never accused that somebody is. I asked a question. So I believe in Canada we're still allowed to ask questions.
So you don't regret that?
I just said, like I said, I asked a question. And if I regret it, I would regret it if I offended some people and the blog was shut down. What should happen is the city of Fredericton should sit down with me, get my blog back, and whatever that they were offended, whatever's blog, what we'll do, we'll remove them. No problem.
Et qu'est-ce que vous pensez des impacts dont il a parlé sur les familles et sur les employés eux-mêmes?
And I got it. Écoute-moi, j'ai eu une jeune fille qui venait mon passé à Tim Hortons. Puis elle m'a dit, qu'est-ce que t'as contre mon père? J'ai dit, qu'est-ce que ton père? Sergeant Matt Myers. So j'ai dit, OK. Puis moi, j'ai demandé, j'ai dit à la police, j'ai écrit sur mon blog, j'ai dit, je vais heurter du monde ici. Je vais heurter des enfants. Il y a des gens qui vont demander qu'est-ce que Daddy a appelé le corps et tout ça. So j'ai bégé avec la ville. Faisait quoi? La ville a dit non. So, si la ville s'excuserait puis dirait on s'excuse, pas de problème. But, ça marche pas de temps. Ils refusent.
Mais le fait de faire des attaques qui sont personnalisées comme ça, et non contre l'institution de la police ou l'institution de la ville, ça vous semble correct?
Tout le monde qu'on est après moi, j'étais présent. C'est eux qui ont commencé, c'est pas moi. C'est eux qui ont commencé. Moi, et on est après moi je vais être présent. C'est simple comme bonjour.
Charles, I asked you this question last night 3 times. I want to ask it to you again. It's a yes or no question. Give me an explanation afterwards, but it's
Yeah,
yes or
yeah,
no
that's
question.
fine, that's fine.
Do you honestly believe the officers in question are pedophiles?
I honestly told you.
No,
I
Charles,
honestly told
well,
you.
yes or no question?
I honestly told you. That's what they call me.
No.
That's what they call me.
No, what
That's-
do you believe about these officers? Do you believe they are pedophiles?
Well, you asked those officers.
No,
why
I'm asking you what you believe. I can't ask them what you believe. I can only ask you.
I answered you. I said, ask. I'm just going by what they call me. If
So
you
you're
look at the
not,
papers,
you're not answering the question.
if you
You're declining to answer the
if you
question?
look at the papers, that's what they're just playing. They're
I
the one that
understand,
started.
I understand the allegation, what the issue, what gave rise to
What does he
it.
got to?
But I'm just asking you, do you honestly believe in your heart that these officers are pedophiles?
I told you last night what we should do is look at everybody search engine in the police force, and then maybe we will see.
So is
They
that a
went to
no
me.
or a yes?
They went to me. Let's do the same to them.
But that's not the question I'm asking, Charles. This is the 4th time today. Do you believe these officers are pedophiles?
I said.
Okay.
Let's go. Thank you.
In English, about the families of the officers involved, do you regret any
Yeah, no. I was at Tim Horton, and about 2 months ago, there's a woman that arrived and said, "What do you have against my dad?" I said, "Who's your dad?" That was Sergeant Matt Myers, and I used to. She said, me and my dad, we used to get along. You used to get along just fine." I said, "Yes, but your dad crossed the line. Like when 3 days before the raid, they were in court and pleading me to plead guilty on the disturbance charge in front of the police station. They plead and plead and said, they coaxed me to plead guilty. And my supporters pleaded guilty, and they raided my place 3 days later. They sort of took advantage of a person with a mental disorder. So I had this woman, this girl, and I told her, I said, your father's a good cop. And he's a good man. And I emailed, and I begged the city, and I begged Leanne Fitch, I sent an email, and I said, could you please settle this, that the kids and the other families don't have to go through any hardship. And I pleaded with them before this happened, because I knew that it would spread. And like I said, I'm not the one that started this. They're the ones that started this, and they say you can't fight City Hall. Well, I'm trying, and I suffer a lot of stress, and all I want is justice. But it don't seem to,
Now, if you were as worried as you said you are about the families of these officers that you accuse of these things, why not just take the post down instead of having to get to this point?
Like I said, the city wants to sit down with me, and we settle this. They write a letter to Google and tell Google we are ready to sit down and remove all those posts that they find offensive. I have no problem. Now, let's not forget, and if I receive an apology from the chief of police on what they did to me, and the bottom line is, if it happened to me, what other person this happened to that we will never see the light of day like we're doing here in the media? And that's what I'm concerned with.
Chris McPherson said they sent you several emails and tried to arrange meetings to...
I never seen any play. I hope he shows me the email. And I'll tell you one thing, I do have one weak spot. When I'm guilty, I sweat, and I'm not sweating now. And he never sent me no email, and I never received none. If he shows me, he would have sat down. And I'm a good friend with the mayor. How come the mayor never called me over and said, come on, let's talk here? It never happened. And I wish we could put this to a conclusion, but after what I see today, I just see it continue and continue and continue.
Actually, in numerous videos posted to your blog, the mayor said several times you were posting things that were inappropriate, unfair, and untrue. In conversation, you recorded it. He said that several times. You're saying the mayor never
No,
brought up the issue.
I'm talking about an office. Sit down in the office and talk on this issue, seriously, in a serious manner, not to just put the YouTube on the video and film. Shish.
So you do have another blog right now?
Yeah.
You got set up, all right.
Same spelling instead of the Y.
And I did tell one of the police officers, Gary Fredericton, I told him, tell the people, stop reading my blog. Tell the cops to stop reading my blog because they just get upset.
But you understand that it's more than just the police officers who are reading that blog.
I understand that. What they did to me. An apology, it would have been good. Nothing. You know. But maybe we'll get justice, maybe we won't. Who knows?
Can I